Oh, this is the play. Oh, Lord. I feel like this is gonna affect her though. She's doesn't want to be stuck in this image. People are gonna have a lot of things to say about this performance, this show.
Coven life requires a letting go of the self. She carried her water uphill like a seasoned player.
With it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. Not just like one show here and there, but this is her whole show. She wants to be seen as a woman.
I'm a baby. Madame, your daughter is bewitched by the window. She thinks she is a real belle. No, I need 2 mint juleps and 4.
Mint juleps. Oh, she's a ghost now. Don't like windows when they're closed. That one is gonna stick with me. I want to see Louis perform.
How did the Coven take it?
Mostly with good grace.
Bitter.
Oh, I hate this.
I knew he would do it too.
Mortal father.
I dream that my mortal mother sings it. While she beats me with a crucifix.
They're having sex there?
Fuck off! 3 minutes.
What's happening over there? It's happening there? Oh. I didn't even know where it was going on.
It was sabotage.
I don't know how people do it. 500 performances of this. I would be like, yo, I paid for this. She doesn't seem excited.
Yes, that would help.
Okay then, I'll come around more.
You have to get back. Curfew.
I love you.
I love you.
You promised you wouldn't talk.
I love you. What up? Stop this. What a horrific thing to have Lestat on your shoulder like this.
But it was not his hand.
He knows he
And
may
you
not.
weren't feeling Lestat in the room.
No,
He's jealous of not being
and
able
I
to
was
compare.
not aware he was as present as it seems he was.
He didn't even know. So he never told him that he was there.
You weren't provided any information about the fire in our archives.
I looked it up. Is he getting images from him somehow?
Makes you fascinating. In high school, you told a girl you'd only do her.
That was
She
that
had a
night.
paper-
That was that night. That was the night at the bar. So
In
annoying.
direct violation of the third great law, still journaling.
They're gonna tap his computer and get the audio that he has. It's a two-way street.
Is Daddy Vamp.
Wow. Saying that Armand doesn't play around.
And thank you for the kind words you wrote about me.
Was that
How
like
do you know what I wrote?
restraint to not eat one of them?
I read it just now, right in front of you.
And the blood. He read it. Have more scenes like that. I like that scene over there.
I don't like windows when they close.
I told you this song would stick with everyone. That's one of your fans. You know how hard it is to get a fan in this day?
You sold me a dress.
That's the girl, yeah.
I'm an actress now.
Ah, okay. Théâtre des vampires?
Stage and screen.
I've seen this show.
Oh, I like this dynamic right here. She's tossing that, yeah.
And photographers and saxophone players intermingling and innovating, collapsing 2 art forms into one, coming up with new ones. But out there, on the left bank, in shabby hotel rooms and cold walk-ups, a new generation bursting into new ones. Not Louis Dulac. I'm out in the streets on the barricades.
Oh, that's talent. You have the talent for it.
Like a gent with the upright downstairs.
Or organ monkey.
Cajun drawl. I want to test a theory. Say, New Orleans.
Or a buffoon.
Oh.
Take your time. Get out.
I said enough.
Good boy.
You two want to act like fledgling?
You all mine. Just press pause. Except for two of them. Interesting. Yo, the power.
Come
Also,
back.
tell him to come back. Also, how fast did Louis move there? People were shocked. They were like, "Oh."
Good reason you picked that one, Daniel. It's not mine. That's Fred Stein.
Who? So the other one, the other picture is there. What is going on in his mind? That memory keeps on resurfacing.
Probably Rashid confused them.
If she had a paper bag over her head, she agreed and made it.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is that Anderson?
I was an adequate photographer.
No, that's odd.
I want our readers to know that.
Can I get some aspirins, migraines today?
It feels like someone was putting in like better pictures to add to his collection to seem like he was better. Weird. Is Armand manipulating him somehow? Oh, she's here. That girl is here. I also want to talk about that early work thing. It's a good point that I've been on my mind lately.
I'm a vampire. I'm out there prowling for the moment. Do you know how many great shots I've taken? It's insufficient when I put it in the bag.
Tell me, Moshe.
A whole goddamn lot. Look at this. And this fucking Gordon Parks fella he put in front of me? Guy spends 3 or 4 days with folks before he even picks up a camera. Friends with him and shit. I can't do it.
That's a gift right there.
Tell me one thing wrong about this photo.
Well, for one thing, I'm not in it.
I was just gonna say, you're not in it, but that's such a endless thing to say.
If I may say, it all makes you look weak.
I'm not Lestat, Louis.
It's like,
Okay.
together. Exactly. Who are you? And why are you better? Yo, I kind of miss Lestat. Not kinda. I do.
Which is why you run to Louis.
I'll let you whine and have your say. Most in my position would treat you no better than you treated your maker.
She knows. She knows.
You will not see again.
Gone.
Yes.
Well, they make sure of it. She's gonna be so mad with Louis. Like, why did you tell him we had this whole story going to protect ourselves? But Louis was too close to it.
Too old to play Hamlet. Too young to play Polonius or join your maker in oblivion.
That's join your maker. People are watching this, by the way. What is this? All this, like, we need to protect ourselves. We need to not be showy in the street. And look at that. They couldn't use mind talk? What a mess.
You and him, you and fucking him.
Oh.
Picked another one over me.
Go sit in your choice, sister.
That's not it. That's not it, though. It's not fair, Louis, because you wanted this for her. You knew what she wanted the whole time. You just didn't want to join. So you can then put it on her for wanting a dream to have a coven.
The wilderness that is our daughter.
Our sister. Now the only comfort he has is back to square one, which is Lestat. Very interesting dynamic here.
Shall we hunt?
His true companion. But in many ways, a very tame version of Lestat, of course. It's not the true Lestat. Lestat would not...
Keep a watch.
Eyes, ears, and minds.
Oh, Lord. Look at how you're giving me Dracula. I always forget he can fly. Just in the street like this, by the way. BT dubs. They want some information. Again, they're not even, under Armand's, foot in that sense.
What do
They
you
want to find proof that he's lying.
Yeah, all that. Have a seat.
Their bench. Just like the bench back at home. This is their thing. And then Claudia joined them. And they don't have that anymore. They're a little dysfunctional family. I love the effect of the rain not touching him. Lestat, because he's not there. He's gonna find something, isn't he, Santiago?
Why this suit?
It's my favorite on you.
Really? I didn't know that.
What's happening to him? It's pouring on him too? She's disappearing.
Herringbone one. Notch color.
He's breaking things up with him.
On the back side of the ticket packet. Right here. So your name would always
be with me. Oh Lord. Lestat. That's sad. That's even more sad than when they killed him. Killing him again. Letting go. The picture of Lestat in his mind. No wonder I said he was a more palatable Lestat.
I felt your panic.
The center isn't holding.
And everyone's gonna be happy.
Louis.
I'm not an artist. I don't know too much about the theater, but I used to be real good at running things.
Yeah. Oh, he wants to be the manager.
He'll overplay his hand, and everyone will see him for what he is.
Everything. There's more.
I want you. I want you more than anything in the world.
See it.
Nothing but a man walking a dog, a drunk, asleep in his auto.
Good.
All the time. All the way back. The picture. He wants to take our man down. Look at that picture over there. I would love a sound barrier room. Like you just go in there, you can just do it. You can just talk to yourself, whatever. Just let it out, and no one has to hear.
A splinter of coldness in you. Is that what makes you fascinating?
Is he the one that bit him that time? And he just doesn't remember it?
Just start the tape.
This is that night.
You weren't always a vampire, were you?
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Gabriel to Kimberly.
How did it come about?
It's all the victims. It's gonna be a good name in there. Thomas, Rebecca, Alamo, Hughes, Sandra, Denise. There's a name in there that will. Catherine Mitchell.
You go ahead, have your fun.
That's the bar. That's that night. They removed the memories or suppressed them. Oh, Daniel Malloy. Yo, they have surveillance from that night? That's interesting. Okay, this is bigger than he imagines. Them carrying him out. Audio interview, they have it. I'm like, they're gonna get his interview. They already have it. Enhanced.
Forgotten, man. I mean, you don't understand the meaning of your own story.
They fed on somebody else that night.
Things got a little heated.
With a boy. Things got heated with a boy. I was at home picking.
Why he ended there? They're talking in the background. When he was taken out, he had passed out. Armand probably knocked him out or paused him or whatever. But the tape was still going, and so they were able to get the background of that whole thing. Listen, juicy, juicy, juicy. Season 2 has been so juicy. I love it. Some of the standout scenes here for me where I love Claudia's meeting with this girl. I forgot her name now, but the other girl from the Modiste, so Bridgerton speak. But the Modiste, maybe that's actually what she is. But that whole conversation was so good. I loved their interaction, the great acting there. I think it was also a chance for Claudia to have just a cathartic kind of moment, just really talking about some of the things she hasn't been able to talk about. Because Claudia's in an interesting position here. She's between two worlds. She's between, her life with Louis, you and me and you, and that whole kind of bond of them knowing each other's secrets that they're trying to suppress in this period, right? Like this is a point where she's trying to, give a funeral to her former life properly and stop thinking about it. They have already done that with them making stories about, Chicago and their origin to the rest of the coven. But she has to truly do that for herself and her mental health because of the harrowing experience of her birth as a vampire, Lestat, that whole time, the dark past, the 7 years, Bruce and all of that. And so she really has to she's trying to get through it. And that she talks about this during the episode too, about how she chases the dark in that way because that the dark was her companion for 7 years. There's so much to understand there about her experiences and how she was at home, but she wasn't really fully at home, was she? She was between two passionate lovers in Louis and Lestat, who were parents, older brothers, or whatever they want to call themselves. But the truth is they were enamored with each other and they were going through a period of their time when there was only them in the world. There's only two of them. You know, that's all there was with that bond they had. And so her coming in was a big sort of catalyst to just explode it all in that way. And it had many different consequences. She blames herself for it. She blames them for it. There's just all around just as toxic, you know, mess, sludge going on. And so that whole point in her life is something that she absolutely wants to push away, but keeps getting drawn back to in different sort of ways. And I love that conversation she had there with the Modiste, with the girl, and she just told her like back and forth, bang, and then this, and then bang. And all of that, the repeated sort of trauma of the whole thing, or her trying to, I guess, you know, continue to find a way through it. But this episode, again, as well, is about baby Lulu and you know, I don't like windows when they're closed. And that whole performance, which they really gave a moment to at the beginning, which I loved. They really gave it because they were going to repeat the performance over time. This is similar to introducing Santiago in that play and then seeing how this is part of their regular shows. I called it from the beginning that she's going to have an issue with this. If you know anything about Claudia and a character, she truly detests the fact that she was made a vampire when she was you know, a child, which was much younger, because it just doesn't give her any room to be seen properly as the woman that she is, right? Like, you know, she's grown for so long and she's going to continue growing, but no one will see it. And that's just sort of sad. It reminds me of the Eternals, one of the characters from the Eternals, I forget the name now, Spark or Spike or something like that. It was the same sort of journey. People that like just can't, you know, grow out of it, and it just puts you in this infantilized position. And so getting a play like that, getting a part like that was just going to be a long running thing, 500 plays. I mean, that's already hard for any role, but then it's a role that reminds you starkly of the life that you want to leave behind. Is just too much for the mind to bear. There's thespian, there's method acting, and then there's whatever that is. It's too much, and it's too much for her. So I already knew it was a bad idea, but of course, she wanted to join this troop. She wanted to join this coven. This was something huge for her. So of course, she's going to say yes to this opportunity. It sounded great at the beginning, but now, you know, after a while, it just sort of reminds her of that whole experience. So I truly do understand that pain for her, and it's sad that Armand wasn't able to see that. Appreciate that fully for her, you know, and as well, Louis, you know, for sure, Louis, this is a conversation she should have had with Louis extensively before starting about like, this may not be a good idea. But anyways, you know, we're also looking at the sort of rift, the mutiny between the coven. I was going to say coven and troop, the coup. The coven and the troop are having this big kind of schism is the word, just because of again, Louis is the main reason, not as much Claudia, more Louis, because Louis has come in with Claudia but not really come in, right? So he's out, not in the coven, but also fully centered in with the maître of the coven, a hard word for me to still to say, maître. And so he has a lot of influence, and he's basically shirking all the rules and laws, and he's not really signed the oath, as sworn the oaths and everything, but you get some of the benefits of being around the leader of this coven and everything like that. So it's terrible for the other people in the crew in the coven. They're like, what is this? Why do we have to sit there and abide by the rules and you know worship at the maître's feet and everything, and then you get to kind of prance around, do what you want, and still get some of the benefits, some of the protections, and some of the love, you know, from up above. So that is part of it. But Santiago is really milking that, because as we've seen, as we heard, he wants power too. He wants to lead this. He's very opinionated. He wants it my way, and he has pull. It's funny because he's the youngest vampire there, but he, you know, of course, he has the gravitas of a leader and somebody who it's not even less about how old you are or whatever. It's somebody who has the motivations, the passion to lead or to achieve their objectives. Claudia's like that. She's the youngest of the young, but look at how she handled the whole Lestat thing, how she led Louis and in that kind of campaign against doing that. Without Claudia, we would still be back in season 1, 100% with Lestat. So that's leadership, right? And I think that's something that Santiago has as well. In this case, he's like, I think I see this differently. I see this coven, this troop doing things differently and living a different life. So why should we stay here under Armand's thumb? This has not as much even to do with Louis and as much to do with his grand idea. So you can see that there. I love the characterization of Santiago as well. So this schism is going to affect Armand. I don't think Armand is playing, well here. Like in terms of his actions, what he's supposed to be doing. I think he should have done a better job of managing his his crew. Like you have to manage them. You were leading them, and then what is this whole thing with Louis? He can't even get Louis in line, you know, or not in line, but in a way that would make the coven not feel like they're being put in second place, because it just doesn't make sense. This guy just arrived. We know you care about him, but come on, we are your people. So he hasn't done a good job with that, and clearly, as I said, he's not even been coming to the shows as much. Or if he comes with Louis. So you can see. So that part is not good optics for him. And I was a little bit, especially this episode, maybe a little bit of the last one, I was pulling a little bit away from Armand. I think at the beginning of the show, back in season 1 and everything, before we knew who he was, I think there was a mystique about Armand, right? It's still there, but there was a mystique about him, like, who is he? What does he do? What does he want? What is he? You know, he was always talking. He has some sort of, confidence to speak and do other things. He's not just a person helping here. But now that we know more of him, and not only is he just not this guy, he is a leader. He's an ancient, powerful vampire. And you get a little bit of that gravitas from him when that is revealed. But since then, he's sort of obviously been humanized. And you have to humanize him, we have to bring him down to our level. He's not just this ancient being. He's a person. He has hopes and dreams. He has pain, trauma, and everything like that. And I was waiting for a little bit more of that from him. And I think we get that a lot this episode with his backstory, with Magnus, with that whole thing, the lineage of this, the maker, the passing down, like they're all connected, they're all brothers and sisters, you know, under the same thing, and just the harrowing past that he's had. So that was really good. I think that scene was done so well, shot so well. The framing of that, the face, how he just told the story. He's very still in his face. Armand is like I love my Wheel of Time. He's an Aes Sedai coolness, if you know what that is. But just the stoicism of somebody who doesn't, especially when contrasted with Lestat, who is very like Lestat is so dramatic. He's a thespian through and through. He's Santiago. They're on the same school of thought. They're like, better show it on your face. We don't know what you're feeling. Show it. Whereas Armand comes from a different energy or time when it's like you need to keep your cool. Like if you're lashing out, then it must be the end of the world at that point. So you see him even when he lashes out, even when he fights, when he's angry, you can still see some coolness in him. And I think that's just the aged vampire. Like if you don't keep it together, you will destroy the world. Like, you know what I mean? You see that from him using his powers kind of thing, like all over. But to see what he's capable of and to see what he can do and how much he has to hold back, that's the true testament of somebody who is cool. It's not just that you don't act out, it's that you are burdened with a lot of more power than everybody else, and you're put in situations where like anybody else would immediately use that power, but you have to stop yourself. So that's what I see from him. Anyways, and then Louis' moment with Claudia at the end there was also very good. I love that scene where they're always giving sibling energy of just like, we're supposed to be together. We're supposed to be me and you. That's what you promised at the beginning, and now here we are, so far apart, and there's blame to go around. So that was a really interesting scene as well. The photography part too was also good. I'm going to talk for so long. There's so much in this episode that I love. The whole thing of him, like the art of it all, like him underestimating his. Let me drink water. Take several breaths. I'm just going on and on. Okay. The whole thing with him, the photography, and him underestimating his talent, and him being told like, you may not have the eye, this might not be your thing, or you're not that good at this. It's always a tough thing for any type of creative when you're singing all the time, singing, and then your family loves your singing, and was like, oh, you're such a great singer, you should go on a singing show, and then you're like, oh, that's a good idea, and then you go on a singing show. This sounds so specific, but it's not, but a little bit, but. But you go on a singing show and then they're like, it's okay. It's all right. You have a great personality. You're like, no. Like you're not as good as, the other people in this same field that are, have to just talent, So that was also a tough moment for him, and you can see that. But I think the really interesting thing there is also, first of all, the comment that Armand made about Malloy made about how early talent, early work, which is very important because a lot of people who are creative go through that. It's like everything you do creatively when you're starting out is always a cringe fest for you, and maybe for other people too, but definitely for you. You hate it. You're like, what was I doing? What was that? What did I think this was good writing? Did I think this was good video? Good anything? Good performance? I was such a hack. I was such a whatever. But then that's true of anything you start. Like anybody would tell you. But it's even a harder journey to go on as anything artistic, creative, because it's just like, it's all from the inside, you're bringing it out. And so I thought that was a very interesting point as well. Like sometimes you do need to just continue, and then you don't have the eye until you do. Not every single talent is a young child opening his mouth and singing like I don't know, Whitney Houston, whatever it is. Like it doesn't always happen in that way. It happens sometimes. It's a whole journey. But anyways, that was the thing. The other big thing about the episode was of course Lestat and this kind of like the second death, the breakup, the ending, the sending away. And I love the twist of how you're saying, he needs to end it. You need to end it with him. I know it's you tonight. Actually, it's you. I love the slow fade away and the rain and it just sort of like falling on him or something kind of thing. And the thing about the writing your name to keep it with me. The love with Lestat is such a toxic, poisonous love. It's one of those things where you want to get away from it, but you also want to. But it draws you. It's like a magnet. It just draws you in, and you will both be consumed and destroyed by it in the end. That is the story. That is the end of the story for sure. You've seen the end of the book. Now you just have to go through the book because that's it. But Lestat also presented, I think, a really good, interesting sort of outlet for Louis here because he was like Claudia. He was lost in two different sides with Armand, with this troupe, with the whole drama of it, but also he couldn't have Claudia as well to speak to and to just have somebody who knows him from his other life and who knows Lestat and all that kind of stuff. So what's the next best thing? To create a Lestat, to have the Lestat there to talk to. And we had those moments there where they were kind of finishing each other's sentences, or he was just sort of like almost forgetting, like he was forgetting that like, this guy's not here, and he was just talking to him, and that was really sweet. I love those choices there. And then of course the park bench where they that's where they started. And yeah, like Lestat, I do love Lestat though. I would love to see him back. I do love the energy. I do love the vibe. It takes a little bit away from the fact that they're now in the future and things worked out for them. So there's a little bit of okay, we know where this is going. But I do love the to have Lestat actually there with Armand. Oh, that would be so fun. And then Claudia as well. Just one scene. I would be sufficient for me. That would be so funny. But anyways, this episode was so fire. Season 2 has been so fun. I just know that there's going to be the fire coming in, this Malloy stuff coming in. I want to know about that as well. That is juicy. So there's so much to go, and I'm loving it, loving this progression of the story here.